When Lu Tingshan rushed into the hospital cradling the white moonlight who had choked on a few mouthfuls of water, I had collapsed beside our pool with a high fever of 40 degrees C. By the time the servants found me, I had been lying on the ground for 40 minutes, pneumonia, 3 days in the hospital. He didn't send a single message. When I was discharged and came home, I saw the white moonlight sitting in the living room wearing my wedding ring on her hand. Lu Tingshan was leaning on the sofa, not even lifting his eyelids. If she likes it, give it to her, buy another one. I laughed. The man probably forgot that the house he lives in, the car he drives, and the bespoke suit he wears all belong to me. 3 years later, he was kneeling in the rain, too late even to beg for mercy in the late autumn night. The wind is very cold. I stand at the edge of the pool, lightheaded, like my whole body is on fire. The thermometer reads 42 degrees. I have had a fever for an entire day. The phone screen was lit. It was a message from Lu Tingshan. I have social engagements tonight, won't be coming back for dinner. I didn't reply. My fingers tremble. I can't type. The pool water glitters with a cold light under the moonlight. I want to go back inside, but my legs won't listen. 1 step, 2 steps. On the 3rd step, everything goes black before my eyes. I fall onto the marble floor by the edge of the pool, cold, bone-chillingly cold, my face pressed to the ground, a hum in my ears. The phone rang. I fumbled for my phone. It was Lu Tingshan. Nianqing, Shiyu is in my car. She choked on water a short while ago. I'm taking her to the hospital. Go to bed early. Tingshan, I have a fever, 40 degrees. Take some antipyretics. Don't be dramatic. Shiyu's situation is urgent. I have to go. The call ended. I stared at the ceiling, my throat as if cut by a knife. I wanted to shout for help, but I couldn't. When the maid Xiaozhong found me, 40 minutes had already passed. Madam, what happened to you? Her voice was distant, as if coming from under the water. Take me to the hospital. I heard my own voice, hoarse as if it belonged to someone else. Hangzhou First People's Hospital, emergency department, 10 o'clock at night. The doctor measured my temperature, 43 degrees Celsius. Lung pneumonia, you need to be hospitalized. When the nurse was inserting the needle, I glanced at my phone, half-dazed. Lu Tingshan's Moments had an update, a photo, hospital corridor, by Yue Guanglin. Shiyu leans against a chair with an 4 drip in hand. Caption: so sad she choked on water, accompanying her to the hospital. All the comments say, President Lu is so warm, Miss Lin is so lucky, it's great to have a boyfriend like this. I laughed while smiling. She starts coughing until her chest hurts. The nurse holds me down. Don't move, the needle will slip. Nurse, could you check for me whether there's a patient named Lin Shiyu tonight, brought in for choking on water? The nurse checked. Yes, in the emergency observation room. She just swallowed a few mouthfuls of water, nothing serious. After 2 hours of observation she can leave. Does she need to be admitted? No, she can go home after observation. I closed my eyes. I choked on a few mouthfuls of water. No hospitalization needed. He held her and rushed into the hospital, posting on social media about how heartbroken he was. As for me, pneumonia, a 40-degree fever, lying in the emergency corridor with not even a bed. The phone lit up again. Lu Tingshan sent a message. How are you? I replied. Pneumonia, hospitalized. He replied. That's serious. Shiyu can't get away right now. I'll go see you tomorrow. Tomorrow. I didn't reply. 3 days later, Hangzhou, the Lu family villa. I was discharged from the hospital and went home, still carrying the hospital's medicine bag in my hand. The pneumonia hadn't fully cleared and the doctor said I needed to take another week of medication. The moment I pushed the door open, I heard laughter coming from the living room. Lin Shiyu was sitting on the sofa with her legs crossed, holding a cup of tea. Lu Tingshan was leaning beside her, peeling an apple for her. My gaze fell on Lin Shiyu's hands, on her ring finger. She wore a ring, Cartier's classic model, platinum with diamonds, my wedding ring. Lin Shiyu saw me and smiled. Nianqingji, you're back. Are you feeling better? I looked at that ring. Shiyu, the ring on your hand is mine. She lowered her head and pretended to have just discovered it. Oh, this Tingshan said you weren't wearing it, so he gave it to me. You don't mind, right? I looked at Lu Tingshan. He leaned against the sofa, not even lifting his eyelids. If she likes it, just give it to her. You can buy another one. It's not expensive. Not expensive, that's our wedding ring. What about the wedding ring? If you don't wear it and leave it in a drawer, it's a waste. If Shiyu likes it, give it to her. Lin Shiyu stood up, came to me and held out her hand. Sister Nianqing, look, it fits pretty well, right? Tingshan said my hands look nice. Anything I wear looks beautiful. I looked at her and said nothing. She moved a little closer and lowered her voice so only I could hear. Shen Yanqing, don't you get it yet? Tingshan stopped loving you long ago. To him you're just a tool for designing blueprints. Once he's done with you, he can throw you away. I laughed. Lin Xiu, do you know how much that ring costs? More than 200,000. It's nothing to Tingshan. No, that ring was designed by me. The diamonds were left to me by my grandmother. The setting was paid for with my first design fee. There is only this one in the entire world. Lu Tingshan didn't spend a single cent. Lin Xiu's face changed color. Lu Tingshan stood up. That's enough, Shen Yanqing, it's just a ring. Do you have to go this far? Xiu's body isn't well, Don T. My body isn't well either. I just got discharged from the hospital. Your minor illness is nothing. Xiu nearly drowned. She just choked a few sips of water. Water aspiration can also kill you, do you understand? I looked at him and suddenly felt very unfamiliar. This man I've been married to for 3 years. In 3 years I designed 12 landmark buildings for him, helped him win more than 30 projects, and turned Deep Blue Group from a small company into an industry leader. When I stayed up late drawing plans, he was dining with Lin Xiu. When I had a fever, he accompanied Lin Xiu to the hospital. I did everything I could for him, and all he gave me in return was indifference and betrayal. Lu Tingshan, let's talk. About what? Discuss our marriage. He frowned. What are you causing now? I'm not causing trouble, I'm very calm. I walked into the study and took out a document from the drawer. Lin Xiu followed in, looking curiously. I placed the document on the table. This is the divorce agreement. Lu Tingshan was stunned for a moment, then laughed. Shen Yanqing, are you crazy? I'm not crazy. You leaving me means you are nothing. How much do you earn in a month? 20,000. 30,000. Can you afford a house? Can you support yourself? That's my business. Fine, you can leave. Clean break. The house is mine, the car is mine, and the savings under your name are mine too. Don't think you can take anything. Alright. He was stunned. What did you say? I'm saying it's fine. Clean break. I don't want anything. Lu Tingshan looked at me, his expression changing. Shen Yanqing, what exactly are you trying to do? I picked up the pen and signed the divorce agreement. Lu Tingshan, every landmark building under your name was designed by me. Every building, every blueprint, every single line was drawn stroke by me. Your so-called business genius is nothing more than using my designs to swindle investors' money. His face paled. I have all the original design drafts, timestamps, email records, and WeChat conversations. Every piece of evidence clearly states the designer, Shen Yanqing. If these proofs are exposed, do you know what the consequences will be? Lin Xiu screamed. Tingshan, she threatens you. Lu Tingshan's hand trembled. Shen Yanqing, how dare you? What is there I wouldn't dare? You have already driven me to a dead end. I have nothing left. What am I afraid of? I picked up another document on the table and threw it in front of him. This is all the design records I kept during my time at Deep Blue Group. 12 landmark projects, 32 commercial buildings, with a total value surpassing 200 billion. Lu Tingshan, your 200 billion fortune is all earned by my designs. Tell me, if the media finds out about this, how much would your stock price drop? He slumped on the sofa. Shen Yanqing, what exactly do you want? I want nothing. I only ask you to remember that everything you own today was given to you by me. If you throw me away like garbage, one day you will regret it. I turned around and walked out of the study. Lin Xiu yelled from behind. Shen Yanqing, stop. I didn't look back. I dragged my suitcase and walked out of the Lu family villa. A taxi was parked at the door, the one I called. The driver helped me put my suitcase in the trunk. Miss, where are you going? To the airport. Which airport? Xiaoshan International Airport. The car started moving. I watched the Lu family villa recede farther and farther in the rearview mirror, becoming smaller and finally disappearing into the night. The phone rang. Lu Tingshan, I didn't answer. He called 3 more times and I still didn't answer. Then he sent a WeChat message. Shen Yanqing, you signed the divorce agreement, but you must not leak any of those evidentiary designs, otherwise I will sue you for extortion. I replied, Lu Tingshan, 3 years from now you'll be on your knees begging me for forgiveness. Dream on. Just wait. I turned off my phone and leaned against the car window. Outside the window, the night view of Hangzhou was beautiful. Neon lights, tall buildings, streams of cars. This city has 12 landmark buildings I designed, each worth tens of billions, but none of them bore my name. The driver glanced at me in the rearview mirror. Miss, are you alright? You look pale. I'm fine, thank you. I close my eyes. There is only one thought in my head. 3 years. Give me 3 years. I will make Lu Tingshan understand that what he threw away was not just a wife, but the greatest wealth of his life. Hangzhou Xiaoshan International Airport, International Departure Hall, 2 a.m. I walked into the departure hall dragging my suitcase, pulled out my phone and made an international call. The call rang for a long time before someone answered. Hello, teacher, it's me, Shen Nianqing. Nianqing, why are you calling so late? Teacher, I figured it out, I'm ready. What should I prepare? Get ready to take back everything that belongs to me. There was silence on the other end of the line for a few seconds. Nianqing, you finally figured it out. How many times have I told you you don't belong to that little place? You are a Pritzker Prize level designer, you shouldn't be wasted. Teacher, I'm going to Paris tomorrow, I want to start over. Okay, I'll pick you up. By the way, your ex-husband. He doesn't have an ex-husband, he's nothing at all. Okay, we'll talk when we get there. I hung up the phone and watched the airplane outside the floor-to-ceiling window. An Airbus A380 was taxiing, lights on the fuselage flickering in the night. 3 years later, I will come back. By then, the city will know my name. Paris, the 16th arrondissement, a small apartment. 3 months later, I sit by the window, a huge drawing table in front of me. On the table lies a design drawing, the project I'm bidding for, the renovation of the Paris Opera. The doorbell rang. I walked over to open the door. Standing outside was a man in his 50s, with graying hair and wearing glasses. Teacher, Nianqing. He walked in, glanced at the drawing table. Still revising. Just a little more. Stop revising, I just got the news, your proposal was selected. The final review is next Monday. I froze. Selected. Selected, and all the judges voted yes. Nianqing, you're going to win the Paris Opera House. This is a project architects around the world dream of. I put down my pen and took a deep breath. Teacher, thank you. Thank me for what? You're the impressive one. I just gave you an opportunity. By the way, there's something I need to tell you. What is it? Shenlan Group is recently looking to collaborate with top international designers. They're going to build a new landmark project, the Hangzhou Eye. It's an open global tender. Are you interested? I put down my pen. The Eye of Hangzhou. Yes, right on the banks of the Qiantang River. They're going to build a 300-meter landmark tower. The total investment is 12 billion yuan. If you secure this project, your name will be written on the building. My name. Yes, this time not someone else's name, it's your name. I looked out the window. The sky over Paris was very blue, the sunlight glinting on the Seine, sparkling. Teacher, I want to participate. Okay. I'll sign you up, but are you going to use your real name? No, use a code name. L. Right, just one letter, let them guess. 1 year later, Milan International Architectural Design Summit, global live broadcast. The venue was packed with thousands of designers, developers, and members of the media. I was the last guest to appear. The host stood on stage. Now please welcome the mysterious designer L. This is her first public appearance. She has designed the Paris Opera House, New York's Central Park Tower, and Tokyo Skytree. Today she will reveal her true identity for the first time. Thunderous applause from the audience. I am wearing a black suit and a half mask, stepping onto the stage. The spotlight shone on me. Good evening everyone, I am L. The audience fell silent. Today, I am releasing my new work, The Eye of Hangzhou. This is a 300-meter tall wheel-like skyscraper located on the banks of the Qiantang River. Its design draws inspiration from Hangzhou's mountains and rivers and its legends. Its core structure is the world's most complex steel framework. The design drawings appeared on the big screen. Astonished whispers rose from the audience. This building is the most important work of my design career, not only because of its technical difficulty, but also because of its significance. Hangzhou is my hometown. The Chinese reporters in the audience began to murmur. L is a Hangzhou native. My goodness, Hangzhou has produced such an outstanding designer. I continued. I've already submitted the design proposal for the Hangzhou Eye to Deep Blue Group. In 3 days, Deep Blue Group will announce the bidding results. I hope I can leave behind a masterpiece for my hometown. Thunderous applause from the audience. I walked off the stage. My phone rang, a WeChat message, an unknown number. MSL, hello, I am Lu Tingshan, CEO of Deep Blue Group. I very much admire your design proposal. May I arrange a meeting to discuss it in detail? I answered with 2 words. Yes. 3 days later, Hangzhou, Deep Blue Group headquarters, bidding briefing. The venue was packed with people, members of Deep Blue Group's board, investors, media, and design teams from competitors. I sat in the backstage, holding a document in my hand. At the front, the host announced, "Now please welcome Mr. Lu Tingshan, CEO of Deep Blue Group, to announce the bidding results." Lu Tingshan stepped onto the stage. He was wearing a bespoke suit and his hair was combed meticulously. 3 years without seeing him, he had aged, the wrinkles at the corners of his eyes had increased and his hair had thinned. Everyone, after 3 months of fierce competition, the designer for the Deep Blue Group's Hangzhou Eye project has been decided. The winner is MSL, an internationally top-tier designer. Applause broke out from the audience. Next, please welcome MSL to the stage. I stand up and take off my mask. I push open the backstage door and walk onto the stage. The spotlight shone on me in the audience. Lu Tingshan looks at my face and freezes. His mouth falls open then closes again and the folder in his hand drops to the floor. You are Director Lu, long time no see. I smiled and reached out my hand. I'm Shen Yanqing, also L. The whole room erupted. The reporters went crazy, firing their shutters. Lu Tingshan stood there as if struck by lightning. Impossible, impossible, it's possible. I walked past him, picked up the microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Shen Yanqing. 3 years ago, I was a designer at Deep Blue Group. All the landmark buildings under Deep Blue Group were designed by me, including your flagship projects, the Deep Blue Center, Westlake World and Zhenjiang New City Twin Towers. The audience burst into chaos. What, the Deep Blue Center was designed by Shen Yanqing? Then wasn't Lu Tingshan saying all of it was his team's work? Oh my goodness, what an earth-shattering scoop this is. I turned to Lu Tingshan. Mr. Lu, would you like to explain to everyone who exactly is the designer of the Deep Blue Center? His face went from pale to ashen, then from ashen to purple. Shen Yanqing, you, what about me? I'm stating facts. Every blueprint, every contract, every email, I have them all. Want me to play them here? He stood on the stage, trembling all over. You can't. I can't do what? Can't speak the truth. Lu Tingshan, 3 years ago when you made me leave with nothing, you told me I was nothing without you. Now look at you, me, L, an international top designer. You, Lu Tingshan, a plagiarist. There are applause from the audience. Lu Tingshan rushed over, trying to grab the microphone from my hand. Shut up. I take a step back and 2 security guards rush up to stop him. Let go of me. Do you know who I am? Noted, Mr. Lu Tingshan, you've already been put on our blacklist. He is dragged off the stage. I stand on the stage, facing everyone below. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to announce something. In my capacity as L, I officially retract the design proposal for the Eye of Hangzhou. My work will not be used by a plagiarist. The whole room erupted, and I have already filed a lawsuit with the court. The lawsuit accuses Deep Blue Group of infringing intellectual property, seeking damages, 5 billion. The audience burst into chaos. 5 billion. Deep Blue Group is finished. I walked off the stage. Lu Tingshan was being held by security, still struggling. Shen Yanqing, you can't do this, you'll ruin me. I stopped and looked at him. Lu Tingshan, 3 years ago when you threw me by the pool, did you ever think you would ruin me? I that day, you were with Lin Xiyu that day. She choked on some water, and you carried her rushing into the hospital. And me with a 40 degrees Celsius fever, lying on the floor for 40 minutes, hospitalized for pneumonia for 3 days. You didn't send a single message. I was wrong. You wrong. Do you know what a 40 degrees Celsius fever feels like? Do you know what it's like to lie on a cold floor waiting to die? He couldn't speak. Have you ever felt what it's like to be abandoned by the person you love most? You haven't, because you never loved anyone. You only love yourself. I turned and walked away. Behind him, Lu Tingshan knelt on the ground, dragged away by security. His shouts echoed down the corridor. Yanqing, I'm sorry, I was wrong. I didn't look back. Hangzhou Shen Yanqing Studio. 1 week before the divorce. This is a small office in an old building by Westlake. The walls are covered with design drawings, the desk piled with models. This is where I have worked for 3 years. No one knows that the billion-yuan landmark buildings of the Deep Blue Group were all born from here. Lu Tingshan pushed the door and came in. What are you here for? Come to take the plan, the final draft for the Twin Towers in Zhenjiang New Town. The client needs to see it tomorrow. I pointed to the desk. There, take it yourself. He picked up the drawings and flipped through a few pages. Not bad, this time the speed is fast. I've always been fast, you just never knew. He looked up at me. Shen Yanqing, what's wrong with you today? Why are you being so snide? Nothing. Lu Tingshan, I'm going to ask you a question. Speak. When did you give Lin Xiyu the ring on her hand? His face changed. How did you know? I saw it yesterday. She was wearing my wedding ring in your living room. That was borrowed for her to wear. She liked that style. That is my wedding ring. It's the diamond my grandmother left me. It's the design I created. There is only this one in the whole world. Shen Yanqing, don't make a mountain out of a molehill. It's Just a ring, I'll buy you another one. I don't want a new one, I only want the diamond my grandmother left me. The diamond is already in Shiyu's hands, how embarrassing would it be to make her take it off? So don't argue about it, it's just a diamond, is it that serious for you? I looked at him and smiled. Lu Tingshan, do you think all my things belong to you, my designs, my time, my body, my grandmother's diamonds? You take what you want, give away what you please. What are you crazy about? I'm not crazy, I'm just awake. I stood up, walked to the table, opened the drawer and took out a file. Sign it. He took it over and glanced at it. Divorce agreement, are you crazy? I'm not crazy, I signed it. Shen Yanqing, are you sick? I tell you, don't threaten me with this. I'm not threatening you, I'm serious. He slammed the agreement onto the table. If you want to leave, you can clean break. The house is mine, the car is mine, and your bank account in my name is mine too. Don't think you can take anything. All right. He froze. What did you say? I said you can leave, clean break, I don't want anything. But I have one condition. What condition? Return the ring from Lin Shiyu's hand to me, that is my grandmother's diamond, not yours, you have no right to give it to someone. Shen Yanqing, if you don't return it, I will disclose all the design evidence, you know the consequences. His face went pale. You dare? What wouldn't I dare? I've got nothing left, what do I have to fear? He was silent for a long time. Fine, I'll have her give it back to you, within 3 days, okay. He picked up the divorce agreement and glanced at it. If you sign, I'll let you walk away with nothing, are you sure? Yes. He signed the agreement. I picked up the agreement and took a look. Lu Tingshan, you will regret this in 3 years. Just a dream. 3 days later, the Lu family villa, I dragged the suitcase and walked out the door. Lin Shiyu stood at the door, holding a ring in her hand. Shen Yanqing, here. She tossed the ring onto the ground, a broken ring, who would want it? I bent down to pick it up. Thank you. Shen Yanqing, you think you can live after leaving Tingshan? You a drafter earning 20,000 a month, what can you do? That's my business. I tell you, Tingshan doesn't want you anymore, give up. I looked at her and smiled. Lin Shiyu, do you know how Lu Tingshan's company got built up? Of course it's because of his own ability. No, it was thanks to my designs, Deep Blue Center. Westlake World, the Qianjiang Newtown Twin Towers, I designed them all. Without me he would be nothing. You're talking nonsense. Am I talking nonsense? You'll soon find out. I pulled my suitcase and walked out the door. The taxi is waiting at the door. Before getting into the car, I turned back and glanced at the Lu family villa. When I moved in 3 years ago, I thought this was my home forever. 3 years later, I was thrown out like garbage. Miss, where are you going? Airport. The car started moving. I pulled out my cell phone and made an international call. Teacher, it's me, Shen Yanqing. Thinking of you. Why are you calling so late? Teacher, I've made up my mind, I'm going to Paris. Really, have you figured it out? I've figured it out. I won't be anyone's doormat ever again. I want to create my own work. Great, wonderful, I'll wait for you. I hung up the phone and leaned against the car window. The night view of Hangzhou outside the window was beautiful. 3 years later, I will come back. When the time comes, the city will know who the real designer is. Hangzhou Deep Blue Group headquarters. After the bidding press conference, Lu Tingshan slumped in the chair at the backstage. The whole person seemed emptied. The assistant ran over. President Lu, the stock price has plummeted by 30%. Investors demand an urgent board meeting. Get out. President Lu. I said get out. The assistant ran off. Lu Tingshan pulled out his phone and opened Lin Shiyu's number. Shiyu, where are you? I'm at the company, what's up? Shen Yanqing is back. She is ill. She withdrew the Hangzhou I project. She also sued us for intellectual property infringement, claiming 5 billion in damages. There was a 3-second silence on the other end of the line. What? Shen Yanqing? Impossible. It might be. I saw it with my own eyes. So then what do we do? How should I know? Didn't you say she would disappear forever? Didn't you say she wouldn't survive leaving me? Look at her now, a top international designer. She designed the Paris Opera House. She also designed the Central Park Tower in New York. How am I supposed to know she would? You don't know, you know nothing at all you do is spend money, all you do is buy bags, all you do is swipe my card. Lu Tingshan, are you scolding me? It was you who told me to get close to her in the first place. It was you who told me to figure out a way to make her leave. Now something happened and you blame me. I'm telling you, Lu Tingshan, don't think you can push the blame onto me. You're useless yourself. You can't keep your wife. Who are you blaming? Lu Tingshan throws his phone to the ground. Shards fly. Hangzhou, Shen Yanqing studio, new address. The office was on the 58th floor of the tallest building in Qianjiang Newtown. Floor-to-ceiling windows with a view of the whole of Hangzhou. I sit at the desk, in front of me a stack of documents. Assistant Xiao He knocked and came in. President Shen, Lu Tingshan is here again. He's been kneeling downstairs for half an hour. Let him keep kneeling. He says he wants to see you. Not seeing him. He said if you won't see him he'll keep kneeling. Then let him kneel. Is it raining outside? It's raining quite heavily. That's perfect. I stood up and walked to the window downstairs. Lu Tingshan knelt in the rain, soaked to the skin. His hair clung to his scalp like a drenched chicken. Under his knees was a puddle of water, the suit clinging to his body, the whole person looking utterly miserable. Xiao He walked over. General Shen, do you want me to have the security guard throw him out? No need, make him kneel. I want him to taste what it feels like to lie on the ground waiting for someone to rescue you who never comes. Mr. Shen, do you know what 40-degree fever feels like? The whole body burning, bones like being pricked with needles, the brain seems about to explode. You lie on the ground, looking at the ceiling, waiting for someone to rescue you. You wait an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, no one comes because the person who should come to save you is accompanying another woman. Xiao He didn't say a word. He posted a photo on Moments and said he felt sorry for him. Sorry for someone who choked on a few mouthfuls of water, and me hospitalized with pneumonia. He didn't even send a single message. President Shen, then make him kneel. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, let him taste what it's like to wait. I sat back down at my desk. The phone rang. It was Lu Tingshan. I didn't answer. He called 3 more times. I still didn't pick up. Then he sent a WeChat message. Nianqing, I know I was wrong. Please give me a chance, just one. I reply, Lu Tingshan, do you know how long I lay by the pool that night? 40 minutes. How do you know? A servant Xiao Zhong told me. And then, have you come to see me? I couldn't leave at that time. You couldn't leave. You were with Lin Xiyu. She's in the emergency observation room. She doesn't need to be admitted. Doesn't need an injection, just observation. You've kept her company for 4 hours and I with pneumonia was hospitalized for 3 days and you haven't come for even a minute. Nianqing, I'm sorry. Your sorry isn't worth much. Then what do you want me to do? I want you to remember how you feel today, kneeling in the rain waiting for someone to save you. Yet no one comes. I switch off my phone. Outside the window the rain is coming down harder and harder. Lu Tingshan is still kneeling there. Pedestrians on the street stop to look at him. Some took photos, some pointed and whispered. An hour later, he was still kneeling. 2 hours later, he was still kneeling. 3 hours later, he fainted. The security guard ran over and helped him up. He was carried away. I stood by the window watching as he was lifted into the ambulance. Xiao He asked, President Shen, aren't you going to take a look? Not going. He fainted. I know. Aren't you worried something might happen to him? Nothing will happen to him. He just knelt too long and ran out of strength. Back then I lay on the ground for 40 minutes and was hospitalized with pneumonia for 3 days. He fainted after kneeling for 3 hours, so melodramatic. Xiao He didn't speak again. I turned back to my desk. Xiao He, has the subpoena from the court been delivered? It has been delivered. The court session is tomorrow. Okay, plan tomorrow's schedule. Okay, President Shen. Little he went out, I picked up the photo frame on the table. Inside was an old photo, a selfie of me and Grandma. Grandma was wearing that ring on her hand. The ring is now in my hand. I reset it in a new setting and wear it on my ring finger. Grandma, rest assured, I won't let anyone take your diamond again. Hangzhou Lin Xiyu Design Company, 10:00 a.m. This is a very impressive office in an office building by Westlake. Photos of Lin Xiyu with various celebrities hang on the wall, and her trophies and certificates sit on the desk. I pushed the door open. Lin Xiyu was sitting behind the desk. When she saw me, her expression changed. Shen Nianqing, what are you doing here? To deliver a summons. I tossed the court summons onto the desk. Infringing on intellectual property, claiming 50 million. Lin Xiyu, all of the designs under your name are plagiarism of mine, including your so-called award-winning work, the Westlake Cultural Center. Her face went pale. You're talking nonsense. That was my design. You designed it. Then tell me, what is the structural system of the Westlake Cultural Center? What kind of steel structure was used? What is the bearing capacity? Well, those are technical details. Why should I tell you? Because you don't know. You don't even understand the most basic building structures. How can you design a cultural center? I have a team. Your team has been poached by me. They all resigned together yesterday. Guess what they told me before they left? Her lips were trembling. What did you say? They say you've never drawn a single picture, never revised a plan, and don't even know how to use CAD. Your daily work is just taking photos, posting on Moments, and attending various events. All the designs are plagiarized from me. You, Lin Xiu, I'll give you two choices. First, pay compensation 50 million, not a cent less. Second, I'll sue you and have you put in jail. The maximum sentence for intellectual property infringement is 7 years. You choose. She collapsed into the chair. 50 million, where am I supposed to get 50 million? Then you'll go to jail. Shen Yanqing, you, don't call me by my name, you don't deserve it. She suddenly stood up, rushed to me and knelt down. Shen Yanqing, I beg you, please don't report me, I'll tell you everything. What did you tell me? It was Lu Tingshan, he was the one who made me plagiarize your design. He said your design was too good to waste, that you wouldn't even know if we used it. He said if I didn't help him, he'd break up with me. So you helped him plagiarize. I was forced, he threatened me. What? Threats you in return? He said if I don't help him, he'll spill all my past issues. What is it? She lowered her head. In the past I was a mistress, I was with a married man, the man was Lu Tingshan's client. So Lu Tingshan used this to threaten you. He told me to get close to you to make you leave him. He said if I helped him, he would be with me, he said he would marry me. And then he really was with me, but he never mentioned marriage. Every time I asked him, he would say later. So he lied to you too, she cried. Yes, he lied to me. I thought he really loved me, but he was just using me. What are you using me for? Use me to excite you. He makes me wear your ring, makes me show off in front of you, makes me say those nasty things. He says as long as he can anger you away, he can exclusively own all your designs. I look at her. Lin Xiu, do you know how stupid you are? I know. You ruined your future for a man who doesn't love you. You helped him plagiarize, you helped him hurt others, and in the end he won't even give you a second look. I'm wrong, I'm really wrong. You're wrong. Do you know where you went wrong? I shouldn't have helped him plagiarize your design. No, you're wrong. You've placed your value on a man. You think his love will make you valuable. It won't. It will only make you cheaper. She cried even more intensely. Shen Yanqing, I beg you, give me a chance. I'm willing to testify that Lu Tingshan urged me to plagiarize. I'm willing to hand over all the evidence. What evidence can you provide? My chat logs with him, they're all conversations of him telling me to plagiarize your designs, and those things he said threatening me, all of it. Give them to me. She dug up the chat logs from her phone and handed them to me. I flipped through a few pages and laughed. Lu Tingshan, you're finished. Shen Yanqing, you won't tell on me, right? If you testify for me, I won't tell on you. Deal, I'll testify for you, I'll help you with everything. I stood up and walked to the door. Lin Xiu, there's one more thing. What is it? Your design company was registered under your name using your name. All the assets under your name were purchased with my money. From now on, I'm taking them all back. Her face went completely white. What? Do you think Lu Tingshan set up a company for you because he likes you? It's because he used my money. That money was the payment for my design of the Deep Blue Center. He used my fees to open a company for you and let you plagiarize my design. Tell me, who do you think those things belong to? Shen Yanqing, you can't. I can, and I already have. The lawyer will discuss the specifics with you. If you cooperate, I will give you a severance payment. If you don't cooperate, you won't get a penny. I pushed the door open and walked out. The sound of Lin Xiu crying came from behind. I didn't look back. Hangzhou, Deep Blue Group headquarters. That afternoon, Lu Tingshan sat in his office, the computer screen in front of him showing the Deep Blue Group's stock price. A plunge of 52%. His phone kept ringing non-stop. All of them were calls from investors. He didn't answer. The door was pushed open, and the board secretary ran in. Mr. Lu, the board has called an emergency meeting. All the directors are on their way. Let them wait. We can't wait. They say if you don't hold a meeting immediately, they will remove your CEO position. They dare to. Mr. Lu, take a look at the stock price. If it falls further, the company will be delisted. Lu Tingshan stood up and swept everything on the table onto the floor. Shen Yanqing, you're ruthless. His phone rang. It was Lin Xiu. He answered. Xiu, how are things over there? Lu Tingshan, we're done for. What is it? I've handed over all the evidence to Shen Yanqing, chat records, emails, transfer records, all of them. Are you crazy? I'm not crazy. I'm awake. Lu Tingshan, you never loved me, you just used me. Now it's Shen Yanqing's turn to use me. At least she gave me a severance. What about you? What have you given me? Lin Xiu, how dare you? I dare you. Lu Tingshan, wait to go to jail. The call ended. Lu Tingshan is paralyzed in the chair. The door was pushed open again. Two people came in wearing suits, holding documents in their hands. Mr. Lu Tingshan, we are from the Procuratorate. You are suspected of commercial fraud and infringement of intellectual property. Please come with us. No, I didn't. This is an arrest warrant. Please cooperate. Two bailiffs walked over and grabbed his arms. Let go of me, do you know who I am? Understood, Mr. Lu Tingshan, you are under arrest. He was dragged out of the office in the corridor. All the employees stood on both sides, watching him being taken away. No one spoke, no one helped him. He was stuffed into a police car and the door was shut outside the car window. The Deep Blue Group building glinted in the sunset. This building was also designed by Shen Yanqing. He closed his eyes. An image flashed in my mind, a woman lying on the ground by the pool 3 years ago at night. She reached out her hand, calling his name. He glanced at her, then turned and walked away, because he needed to accompany Lin Xiu to the hospital. Now he regretted it, but it was already too late. Hangzhou Shenlan Group's boardroom, 9 o'clock the next morning. The meeting room was full. Directors, shareholders, investors, everyone was there. Lu Tingshan was brought here to attend the board meeting, still wearing handcuffs on his wrists. A bailiff stood behind him. Ladies and gentlemen, there is only one item on today's board agenda: to remove Mr. Lu Tingshan from his position as CEO. A director stood up. I agree, Lu Tingshan has run the company into this state and must step down. Another director also stood up. I agree as well, the stock has dropped 52%. All the investors have pulled out. The company is about to go bankrupt. If he doesn't step down, we're all done for. I agree as well. I agree too. Lu Tingshan suddenly stood up. You can't do this, the company is mine to found. You founded it. What did you use to found it? Using Shen Yanqing's designs. One old shareholder slammed the table. Lu Tingshan, do you think we don't know Shenlan Center, Westlake World, Chenjiang Newtown Twin Towers, all designed by Shen Yanqing? You are just a plagiarist. What did I say wrong? Now Shen Yanqing is suing the company, demanding 50 billion. How much money is left in the company's accounts? 5 billion, 10 billion. What will you use to pay? Lu Tingshan's face went pale. I'll find investors. Investors, who would still dare to fund you? Shen Yanqing has already allied with 3 major capital groups and publicly announced she won't invest in any projects related to Deep Blue Group. Who are you going to approach? Impossible, maybe, and she's already taken action. She's now Deep Blue Group's largest creditor. She holds 40% of the company's debt. If she demands immediate repayment, the company will have to go into bankruptcy liquidation at once. Lu Tingshan slumped into his chair. How did she manage to do it? She used her identity as Elle to negotiate with the banks. All the banks listened to her. Because she is an international top designer, her name is credibility. What about you? Your name is trash. The door was pushed open. I walked into the conference room. Everyone looked at me. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry to trouble you. I am Shen Yanqing, also Elle. I am here today to attend the board meeting. As the largest creditor of Deep Blue Group, I have the right to be present. Lu Tingshan looked at me, his eyes reddened. Shen Yanqing, what are you here for? Come vote. Those in favor of removing CEO Lu Tingshan from his position, please raise your hand. I was the first to raise my hand. All the directors raised their hands, unanimously approved. Lu Tingshan stood up and rushed forward. Shen Yanqing. The bailiff stopped him. Let go of me, Shen Yanqing, you. I looked at him. Lu Tingshan, as of today, you are no longer the CEO of Shenlan Group. You are fired. You. Security, please escort this gentleman out. 2 security guards came over and took him by the arms. Let go of me, Shen Yanqing, you'll regret this. He was dragged out of the conference room. His shouts echoed down the hallway. Shen Yanqing, just wait, I will make a comeback. I walked to the podium. Everyone, from now on I will take over Deep Blue Group. I will reorganize the company, rebuild the brand and start anew. I promise that within 3 years the market value of Deep Blue Group will triple. Applause rose from the audience. But I have one condition. What condition? The Deep Blue Group will change its name. It will no longer be called Deep Blue Group. It will be called Yanqing Group. The audience fell silent. Name it after my name, because the true founder of this company is me, not Lu Tingshan. There was a 3-second silence, then an old shareholder stood up. I agree, without Shen Yanqing there would be no Deep Blue Group. Naming it after her is only right. I agree. 2. I agree too. Unanimously approved. I smiled. Thank you everyone. Hangzhou Detention Center. That same night, Lu Tingshan sat in his cell wearing an orange prisoner uniform. He stared at the wall, completely still. The door opened and a guard walked in. Lu Tingshan, someone is here to see you. Who? Your mom. Mother Lu walked in, her eyes red and swollen. Mom, Tingshan, how did you end up like this? Mom, I was wrong. You're wrong. Do you even know what you did wrong? I shouldn't have. You shouldn't have treated Nianqing that way. How good was she to you? She designed your house, earned money for you, cooked and did your laundry. And you, what did you treat her like? As garbage? Mom, you kept a woman on the side, you gave her wedding ring to someone else, you left her alone by the pool. She had a 40 degrees Celsius fever, pneumonia, was hospitalized for 3 days, and you didn't even go see her once. Are you even human? Mom, I know I was wrong. What good is knowing you were wrong? She doesn't want you anymore. Your company is gone. Your money is gone, you've got nothing left. Mom, please help me. How can I help you? I can't help you, you brought this on yourself, deal with it. Mother Lu stood up and left. Lu Tingshan lay on the table and cried. A prison guard came over. Time's up, go back. He was taken back to the cell, lying in bed, staring at the ceiling. Her face filled his mind, the way she smiled, the way she drew, the way she cooked, and that night she lay by the edge of the pool, reaching out her hand and calling his name. He didn't pay attention to her, he left, he regrets it, but it was already too late. Hangzhou, the new headquarters of Nianqing Group. In 1 month. The office is in the most central location of Zhenjiang New City, 58 stories tall, with floor-to-ceiling windows. Outside the window is the Qiantang River, and across the river is the construction site of the Hangzhou Eye. I stand at the window watching the busy workers on the construction site. Xiao He knocked and came in. President Shen, someone is looking for you. Who? Lu Tingshan's mother. Let her in. Lu's mother walked in. She was dressed plainly, her hair graying, her eyes swollen and red. Nianqing, Aunt Lu, please sit. She didn't sit, standing in front of me. Nianqing, Aunt Lu begs you, please let Tingshan go. Aunt Lu, I'm not saying I won't let him go. He broke the law himself. Commercial fraud, infringement of intellectual property, these are things he did himself. It has nothing to do with me. But if you hadn't reported him, he wouldn't be in prison. Aunt Lu, he stole my designs and used my work to swindle investors. I'm not making this up. He did it himself. I'm only exposing the truth. Remember, after all, he's your ex-husband. What about my ex-husband? When he left me by the pool, did he ever think I was his wife? Mother Lu cried. Nianqing, I know Tingshan wronged you, but he realizes his mistake now. He cries every day in prison and says he wants to see you. For my sake, go see him once. Aunt Lu, your face was worth an entire Deep Blue Center 3 years ago. Now it's not worth a cent. You, Aunt Lu, do you still remember 3 years ago you said I was a country bumpkin who leached onto your family, saying I am an unworthy poor girl for Tingshan? When you said those words, did you ever consider that everything your son has was given to him by me? Lu's mother's face went pale. I didn't mean it that way at the time. What you mean isn't important. What's important is that your son's result today is caused by you, since you've spoiled him since childhood, giving him whatever he wants, never teaching him how to behave. He thinks the whole world should revolve around him, and that other people's things can be taken at will. Your pampered son now bears the consequences yourself. Don't come looking for me. I'm under no obligation to clean up your mess. Mrs. Lu collapsed to the ground, crying even harder. I pressed the button on the table. Xiao He, send Aunt Lu out. Xiao He came in and helped Aunt Lu up. Auntie, let's go. Aunt Lu was helped out. I stood by the window looking outside. The phone rang. It was Zhao Mingyuan, former chief technical officer of Deep Blue Group, now a partner at my studio. President Shen, good news. What news? The entire original design team of Deep Blue Group has resigned. They said they want to join us. All of them, 12 people, not one missing. Why? They said there was no future in following Lu Tingshan. They want to learn from a true master. Tell them they're welcome. Okay, President Shen, there's one more thing. What is it? The industry summit will be held in Hangzhou next week. The organizers invite you to give a keynote speech. What's the theme? The power of design, from obscurity to changing the world. I laughed. Okay, I'll go. A week later, at the Hangzhou International Expo Center, an industry summit, more than 2,000 people seated in the audience, the world's top designers, developers, and media. I stood on the stage. Everyone. Today my topic is the power of design. A photo of the Deep Blue Center appeared on the big screen. This is the Deep Blue Center, a landmark building in Hangzhou. Many people think this was a project by Deep Blue Group. Actually, it wasn't. I designed this 3 years ago. I was still an ordinary designer at Deep Blue Group. I worked 16 hours a day, drawing, revising proposals, visiting construction sites. My designs helped Deep Blue Group earn 20 billion yuan, but my name has never appeared on a single drawing. The audience fell silent. My ex-husband, Lu Tingshan, registered my designs under his name. He passed off my work as his own, he claimed my achievements as his, he used my designs to raise funds, to go public, to swindle investors' money. 3 years ago, I had a 40-degree fever and fainted by the pool. He took his mistress to the hospital, leaving me on the ground alone. I lay there for 40 minutes and pneumonia landed me in the hospital for 3 days. He didn't send a single message. Someone in the audience cried. On the day I was discharged, I returned home. I saw his mistress sitting in the living room wearing my wedding ring on her finger. He said, "If she likes it, give it to her. You buy yourself another one." At that moment I understood in his eyes, I'm not a person, I'm a tool for drawing, a tool for making money, a tool that can be discarded at any time. So I left, I went to Paris, I started over, I spent 3 years proving one thing, my worth doesn't need anyone to define it. Thunderous applause echoed from the audience below. Today I stand here not to complain, but to tell all those who have been buried, you do not belong as anyone's shadow, you are yourself, your worth does not need anyone's approval. The applause grew louder. I walked off the stage. Xiao He ran over. "President Shen, we received an anonymous letter." "What letter?" "It was sent to the company, no signature, only one sentence." She handed the letter to me. I opened it. There was only one line. "Everything of yours was given by Shen Yanqing. Now she is taking it back." I laughed. "President Shen, who sent it?" "I don't know, but what he said is true." Hangzhou, the old Lu family residence. The next day, this is a very old house, located by the 1111 wetlands, blue bricks and dark tiles, wooden doors and stone steps carrying a strong sense of history. I stand at the door opened and old Lu stood inside. He was in his 70s with completely white hair, leaning on a cane. "Nianqing, you're here, Uncle Lu. Come in." I walked in. The yard is big but very old, the plaster is peeling, the floor tiles are broken and the flower bed is overgrown with weeds. "Uncle Lu, what brings you to see me?" "Lianqing, I want you to take a look to see what the Lu family has become now." "What do you mean?" "Come with me." He led me into the main hall. The hall was hung with portraits of the Lu family ancestors, with an incense burner offered before them. Kneeling on the floor in the very center was a person, Lu Tingshan. He wore old clothes. His hair a tangled mess and he had lost a lot of weight. He knelt on a meditation cushion, head bowed. "Thinking of you, Uncle Lu, what is going on?" Lu Fu pointed with his cane at Lu Tingshan. "This delinquent descendant, I will discipline him today in front of our ancestors." "Dad, shut up." Lu Fu's cane struck his back. "Kneel down for me." Lu Tingshan gritted his teeth and didn't dare move. Father Lu looked at me. "Nianqing, I called you here today to have him admit his mistake in front of you." "Uncle Lu, there's no need, it's necessary." Father Lu raised his cane and struck Lu Tingshan's back again. "Speak, do you think you've done right by Nianqing?" "Sorry." "Speak louder." "Sorry Nianqing, sorry." "Where did you go wrong?" "I'm wrong for stealing your design. I shouldn't have kept a woman. I shouldn't have left you by the edge of the pool. I shouldn't." "What else?" "I shouldn't have let you down." Lu's father clicked his cane again. "You still have the nerve to talk. Nianqing treated you so well, designed a house for you, made money for you, worked like a beast for you, and you, what do you think she is to you?" "I was wrong, I was really wrong." "What's the use of being wrong? If you're wrong, can you make up for it? If you're wrong, can you be forgiven by Nianqing?" Lu Tingshan lay on the ground crying. Father Lu looked at me. "Nianqing, I know you won't forgive him. I don't expect you to forgive him. I just want you to know that the Lu family is sorry for you." "Uncle Lu, let me finish back. Then when you married into the Lu family, I disagreed. I thought you were not a match for Tingshan. Later, you helped the Lu family earn so much money. I realized that Tingshan is not worthy of you." "Uncle Lu, Nianqing, what the Lu family owes you, it will never be repaid in this lifetime. I swear before the ancestors today, from this day forward, the Lu family will have no descendant named Lu Tingshan. He has been driven out of the family." Lu Tingshan raised his head suddenly. "Dad, what are you saying?" "I say you're kicked out of the house from today on. You're not a member of the Lu family. Don't expect to take a single cent from the Lu family." "Dad, you can't do this." "I can. This property is mine. I decide." Mom, please speak up for me." Lu Mutta stood nearby, crying and shaking her head. "Lingshan, I can't help you. The sins you committed are yours to bear." "Mom, don't call me Mom. I don't have a son like you." Lu Tingshan lay sprawling on the ground. Lu father looked at me. "Nianqing, if you want to sue him, sue. If you want to put him in prison, then let him be imprisoned. This is what he deserves." I looked at Lu Tingshan. He lay on the ground, trembling all over, his face full of tears. "Uncle Lu, thank you. You're welcome. It's our Lu family who owes you." "Uncle Lu, There's one more thing I'd like to tell you. What is it? Shenlan Group, I've renamed it to Nianqing Group. I know, it's only natural. Also, Deep Blue Center, I've renamed it, it's now called Nianqing Center. That's right, those things were originally yours. Uncle Lu, are you not mad at me? What are you mad at? Mad at you taking back what belongs to you. Nianqing, you did nothing wrong, the fault lies with us. I nodded. Uncle Lu, goodbye. Goodbye Nianqing, take care. I turned and walked away. I reached the door and heard Lu Tingxin calling from behind. Nianqing, please, give me one chance, just one. I didn't look back. Hangzhou at night, downstairs of the Nianqing Group building, a torrential rain. Lu Tingxin knelt at the company doorway. He had been kneeling for 4 hours already. Rainwater poured into his collar, his lips were purple, and he was shaking all over. Pedestrians passing by stopped to look at him. Some took photos, some pointed and whispered. My car was parked at the entrance. I got out of the car holding an umbrella, walk up to him. He lifted his head, his face covered in rain and tears. Nianqing, Lu Tingxin, do you know what time it is now? 2 o'clock in the morning. Do you know why I'm coming at this time? I don't know, because 3 years ago at this time I was lying on the ground beside the pool. I had a high fever of 40 degrees, my whole body shaking. I was waiting for someone to come save me. I waited 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, no one came. Miss you. You've been kneeling for 4 hours now and you think you can't bear it. I lay on the ground for 40 minutes and was hospitalized for pneumonia for 3 days. You knelt for 4 hours, it's just your clothes getting wet. I know I was wrong. Do you know what a 40-degree fever feels like? Have you ever experienced it? No. On what basis do you say you're wrong? You don't even know what I've been through. How can you know you're wrong? He couldn't speak. I crouched down and looked him in the eye. Lu Tingxin, you kneel here not because you truly know you were wrong, it's because you're afraid. You're afraid of prison, of not having money, of being alone. What you fear isn't harming me. What you fear is losing everything you have now. No, I really know I was wrong. Is that so? Then I'll ask you, if I say I forgive you now and let you go back to continue being CEO, what will you do? I will. You will keep stealing other people's designs, keep keeping women, keep treating the people around you as tools. Because that's who you are. You will never change. I will change. I really will change. You won't, because you don't even know where you're wrong. You think you're wrong for stealing designs, wrong for keeping women, wrong for leaving me by the pool. That's not it. Your mistake is that you've never seen anyone as a person. He froze. In your eyes, everyone is a tool. I'm your design tool. Lin Xiu is your plaything. Your employees are your money-making tools. You've never truly cared about anyone. You don't need me to forgive you. What you need is to learn how to treat others as human beings. I stood up. Lu Tingxin, you should go. Don't come looking for me again. Nianqing. If you really want to change, go reflect properly in prison. Come out after 4 years, start anew. Perhaps by then I will consider meeting you. 4 years is too long. I turned around and got into the car. The car started moving. I see in the rearview mirror that Lu Tingxin is kneeling in the rain, getting farther away and smaller, finally disappeared into the rain. Xiao He asked, President Shen, heading home. Go back to the company. It's this late to go back to the company. There is work to do. The car stopped in front of Nianqing Group building. I got out of the car and walked into the building. The elevator reached the 58th floor, and the door opened. The corridor was very quiet, only the sound of my high heels tapping on the floor. I push open the office door and turn on the light. I walk to the desk and sit down. I pick up the design drawing on the table and continue drawing the Hangzhou Eye, my work. This time my name is written on it outside the window. The rain has stopped. A trace of light appeared on the horizon. A new day was about to begin. Hangzhou, under the Nianqing Group building. Early the next morning, the rain has stopped and the ground is covered with puddles. Lu Tingxin is still kneeling there. His lips were purple, his whole body trembling, looking like someone pulled out of the water. The security guard walked over. Sir, please leave. I want to see Shen Nianqing. President Shen won't see you. Please leave. I'm not leaving. Sir, if you don't leave, we'll have to call the police. You report, then let the police come and arrest me. Anyway, I'm going to jail. The security guard glanced at each other and picked up the intercom. My car was parked at the entrance. I got out of the car. Lu Tingxin looked at me, his eyes bright. Nianqing. I walked up to him. Lu Tingxin, did you kneel all night? Yes, all night. What did it feel like? Cold, very cold. Do you know what it felt like when I was by the pool 3 years ago? Not sure. 100 times colder than you, because you kneel here and at least someone is watching you. I lie there with no one at all. Nianqing. Did you know the temperature that night was 5 degrees above zero? The ground was marble, cold and chilly. I wore a pajama, nothing covered me. I lay on the ground for 40 minutes, 2,400 seconds. Every second I was waiting for someone to save me. The person I waited for, hugging another woman, went to the hospital. He posted photos on social media saying he was heartbroken for a person who choked on a few sips of water, and me hospitalized with pneumonia for 3 days. Not a single message from him. Nianqing, I was wrong. You were wrong. Do you know where you went wrong? I shouldn't have. Your mistake is that you never loved me. You just used me, used my design, used my abilities, used my feelings. When you're done with me, you throw me away. No, I really did love you. Loved me. Then tell me, when did you ever love me? Was it the day we got married and you were 2 hours late? Was it when I had a fever and you told me to go to the hospital by myself? Was it when my birthday you dined with Lin Xiu? Or was it when you left me by the pool? He can't speak. Lu Tingshan, you have never loved anyone. You only love yourself. I bent over and leaned close to his ear. Do you know why I want you to kneel here? It's not to humiliate you, it's to make you remember the taste of being abandoned. I remember, I really remember. Then remember this, don't ever treat others like that again, because when you hurt others you're also hurting yourself. I straightened up and turned to leave. Nianqing, he called from behind. Can you forgive me? I stopped, turning to look at him. Lu Tingshan, do you know what it takes to forgive someone? What? Does he really need to change? Have you changed? You haven't. You're still that selfish, cold, irresponsible Lu Tingshan. You kneel here not because you truly know you are wrong, it's because you are afraid. You are afraid of going to jail, of having no money, of being alone. Once you have money and status, you'll go back to the way you were. No, I won't. You can, because that's who you are. I turned and got into the car. The car started moving. I saw in the rearview mirror that Lu Tingshan was kneeling on the ground, being dragged away by security. His shout echoed in the air. Nianqing, I will change. I will definitely change. I didn't look back. The phone rang. It was Xiao He. President Shen, the court summons have been served. Court is tomorrow. Okay, get prepared. Okay, President Shen. I hung up the phone and leaned back in my chair. Outside the window, the morning in Hangzhou was beautiful. Sunlight shone on the Qiantang River, glinting with ripples. 3 years. I finally got back everything that belongs to me. Not revenge, it is justice. Hangzhou, a high-end restaurant. That night, Lu Tingshan sat in the private room opposite Lin Xiu. She was dressed in designer clothes with heavy makeup and wore a newly bought diamond ring on her finger. Xiu, you said you could help me turn the tables. Yes, I have a handle on Shen Nianqing. What handle? When she was in Paris, she lived with a Frenchman. That man had a wife. If this gets exposed, her persona will collapse. Lu Tingshan's eyes lit up. Really, I have photos. She took out her phone and pulled up a few photos. In the photo, I'm chatting with a Frenchman in a cafe. Look how intimate they are. They must be involved somehow. Lu Tingshan looked at the photo, frowning. This man, I know him. You know him. He is the chief designer at the Paris Opera House. Shen Nianqing met with him for work. She is bidding on the Paris Opera House project. Lin Xiu's face changed. What? Lin Xiu, you're lying to me. I didn't. You don't have any handles on Shen Nianqing at all. You are Shen Nianqing's person. She sent you to test me, right? No. Enough. Lu Tingshan stood up. Lin Xiu, you've been deceiving me from beginning to end. You helped Shen Nianqing with her tasks. You helped her collect my evidence. You helped her put me in prison. I didn't. You do. You think I don't know. Your testimony in court, all of it was what Shen Nianqing told you to say. Lin Xiu's face went pale. How did you know? Because I checked. There is 5 million transferred to you by Shen Nianqing in your bank account. That is your severance pay. Lin Xiu, you're ruthless enough. Lu Tingshan. Please let me explain. No need to explain. He picked up his phone. I'll call Shen Nianqing. I want to ask her in person. He dialed my number. The call connected. Shen Nianqing, is Lin Xiu your person? Yes. Did you send her to trick me? Yes. Why? Because I wanted to see whether you'd fall for it. What do you mean? If you had fallen for it, it would mean you're still that greedy, foolish, and unscrupulous Lu Tingshan. You're beyond help. And what about me now? You didn't fall for it. It means you still have some intelligence, but that little intelligence won't save you. Shen Nianqing, Lu Tingshan, court is in session tomorrow. You'd better prepare your defense speech, because I will bring out every piece of evidence one by one. The call ended. Lu Tingshan threw his phone onto the table. Lin Xiu stood up. Lu Tingshan, I'm leaving first. Stop. What are you going to do? Lin Xiu, you've deceived me for so long. Do you think you can get away? What do you want to do? I Don't want to do anything in particular, I just want you to know that you will also pay the price. What price? You wait and see. Lin Xiu turned and ran. Lu Tingshan sat in the private room with his hands clasped behind his head. The phone rang. It was the lawyer. President Lu, tomorrow's trial doesn't look good. Shen Yanqing's evidence is too solid. Our chances of winning are slim. I know. I suggest you plead guilty. Try to obtain a lighter sentence. Plead guilty. Yes, plead guilty. Proactively and with active compensation. The sentence might be lighter. Compensation with what? I've got nothing left. You can talk to Shen Yanqing, see if she's willing to accept a settlement. She won't. Give it a try, it's better than going to jail. Lu Tingshan hung up the phone. He stood up and walked out of the restaurant. Outside the door it was getting dark. He stood on the street, not knowing where to go. The home is gone, the company is gone, the money is gone, there is nothing left. He crouches by the roadside, holding his head. People passing by look at him as if he were a stray dog. He suddenly recalls that night 3 years ago. Shen Yanqing lay by the pool, reached out her hand and called his name. He ignored her. He left. Now he is squatting on the street and no one pays attention to him. No one helps him. This is karma. Hangzhou Intermediate People's Court. The next day at 9:00 a.m. the court was crowded with people, reporters, observers, and Lu Tingshan's family and friends. I sat on the witness stand. Lu Tingshan stood at the defendant's bench, wearing orange prison clothes with his head shaved, so thin that his bones showed. The judge knocks the gavel. Court is now in session. The defendant, Lu Tingshan, is charged with criminal fraud and infringement of intellectual property. The trial is now open to the public. The prosecutor rises. Your Honor, the public prosecutor accuses the defendant Lu Tingshan of the following crimes. First, criminal fraud. The defendant, through forging design contracts, false publicity, and other means, deceived investors into investing more than 5 billion yuan. Second, infringement of intellectual property. The defendant plagiarized the plaintiff Shen Yanqing's design works, a total of 44 pieces, with a total value exceeding 20 billion yuan. The judge looks at Lu Tingshan. Defendant, do you have any objections to the prosecutor's charges? Lu Tingshan lowers his head. I plead guilty. Murmurs rippled through the gallery. The judge rapped the gavel. Order. Defendant, do you plead guilty? Yes. Do you have anything to say? Lu Tingshan looked up and stared at me. Shen Yanqing, I'm sorry. I looked at him and said nothing. I know you won't forgive me. I'm not asking you to forgive me. I just want to tell you that I regret it, not because I lost, but because I truly know I was wrong. You say you regret it. Then tell me, what do you regret? I regret plagiarizing your design, regret keeping another woman, and regret leaving you by the pool. What else? Regret I shouldn't have let you down. What did you do to disappoint me? You've been so good to me, helping me design the house, helping me make money, helping me run the company. Yet I treated you like a tool. I never cherished you. Do you think that helps? It's useless, but I have to say it because if I don't, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. I looked at him. Lu Tingshan, you say you regret it, then I ask you, if I forgive you, what would you do? I will be a new person. I'll get a job and start from scratch. I'll earn money with my own efforts and never steal from others again. Do you think you can do it? I don't know, but I'll try. I was silent for a few seconds. Judge, I would like to say a few words. The judge nodded. Please do. I stood up. Ladies and gentlemen, I am standing here today not to avenge Lu Tingshan. I am here to let everyone see that thieves will pay the price, no matter who you are, no matter how much power you have, no matter how much money you've earned. As long as you steal someone else's property, you must return it. Lu Tingshan stole 3 years of my youth, 44 of my works, and 2 billion in value from me. He should be punished, but I don't want him to be destroyed. I hope he reflects well in prison and comes out a better person, because everyone makes mistakes. What matters is whether you can learn something from the mistake. Applause rose from the audience. Lu Tingshan burst into tears. Yanqing, thank you. You're welcome. Thank yourself. If you really can reform, there is still hope for your future. If you can't reform, you will always be a failure. The judge struck the gavel. Now pronounce the sentence. The whole courtroom fell silent. Defendant Lu Tingshan, convicted of commercial fraud, sentence 8 years in prison. Convicted of infringing intellectual property rights, sentence 5 years in prison for multiple offenses. The prison term is 12 years in total. The defendant is ordered to compensate the victim Shen Yanqing's economic losses of 5 billion yuan. The judge struck the gavel. Court is adjourned. Lu Tingshan was taken away by the court bailiffs. As he passed by me, he stopped. Yanqing, may I ask you a question? Speak. Have you ever loved me? I looked at him. I once loved. His tears flowed again. But, I continued, you are not worthy. He was taken away, his sobs echoed down the corridor. I walked out of the courtroom. At the entrance, reporters swarmed around. Mr. Shen, are you satisfied with the verdict? Satisfied. Will you forgive Lu Tingshan? No. Why? Because when he hurt me, he never asked if I wanted it. I got into the car started moving. Xiao He asked, President Shen, heading home, to the construction site of Hangzhou. Alright, the car is parked at the construction site. I got out of the car and stood by the Qiantang River. The Hangzhou is already halfway built. The massive steel structure shines in the sunlight. This building is my work. My name is written on it. I take out my phone and flip to an old photo. It was taken 3 years ago at the completion ceremony of the Deep Blue Center. Lu Tingshan stood on the stage to cut the ribbon. I stood among the crowd below and no one noticed me. He says on stage, the Deep Blue Center, I designed it. It is the credit of my team. Thunderous applause from the audience. I stand among the crowd and smile, ridiculing one's own foolishness. From now on, I won't be foolish anymore. I put away my phone and looked at the eye of Hangzhou. President Shen, is someone looking for you? Who? The people from the Paris Opera House. They said they want to collaborate with you on a new project. Let them come. Alright. I turned around and walked toward the car. The sun shone on me and it was warm. A new life begins. The end.